Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm gonna review an Hero Factory 2011 set once again, but this time it's going to be a villain set, so it's going to be Jetbug. So here's the box. So of course, while the box, you can, on the front of the box you can mostly see Jetbug firing in the sky with some airship in the background, and of course the Lego Hero Factory logo, the name, age recommendation, stuff like that, nothing really interesting. The Hero Core logo right there, up there, and of course all the dark metal parts on the box, which will also be featured all around the box, all over the box, excuse me. On the top side you have the Jetbug's, excuse me, heads, Jetbug's head, excuse me, in a 1:1 scale, which is quite hard to distinguish because the head is quite strange. You will see that later on. The other side features nothing really interesting. And then the back of the box, which of course showcase a battle between Furno and Jetbug, as you can see, with of course the petrol station on the background. And I think that's all. Of course, a little picture showing you how to fire the fireball, which is of course a Zamor and a Zamor launcher, and the Hero Core logo. So nothing really interesting, but overall a pretty well designed box. Now you have the instruction booklet, which features the same front pictures as the box. Once again, the little fight between Furno and Jetbug, with dark metal parts all over the place. Then you build Jetbug in like 12 steps. You got the parts list, some nice group picture of all the heroes walking forward with a Firelord in the background, it's really nice, and of course all of their names here. 2 pages of ads for the website. Nothing really exciting. The Hero Recon team, which will come in spring 2011, and in which you will be able to build your own hero and to buy it, which is I think the most important aspect of this Hero Recon team stuff. Then a little picture showing you a little fight between Firelord and Stormer and Evo, which is quite nice, of course, with fire in the background, stuff like that. Some stuff, and then the win page. So nothing really new, maybe apart some pictures. And now the set itself. So first, of course, you got the frame, which is new, which is a new frame used on every Hero Factory 2011 set. So on this one, we're gonna use the wide body frame, as you can see, with 2 more ball joints on the shoulder section. And then we're gonna have, of course, the limbs part. So we're gonna have, I guess, 4 different type of designs. So this one with pinholes. Of course, these new systems feature ball joint instead of axle hole tuning the armor parts. So that's just what you have to know. You also have this part, which is different from this one because the ball joint at the end is different. Plus, it doesn't have a pinhole. And then this part, which is the longer one with 2 pinholes, and also which comes in yellow in this set, which is in fact a new recolor, and you got 2 of these parts. Also notice that this time the connectors are old. This can happen sometimes in Jetbug set. You can have some old connectors instead of the new one, which are bulkier and a little stronger, of course. Then in terms for the fit, we're gonna use some Piraka fit in all black, which was already released in Von Nebula set. Nothing really new, but it can be interesting because Von Nebula was quite expensive at the time. And I think that's all. Also notice the little T-shaped part, which will be useful to link the little claws or stuff like that on the ends. Now we're gonna I'm gonna link the the armor part, excuse me. So first this one, which is a new mod. I'm not really sure it's exclusive to Jetbug, but at least it's new thanks to the in comparison to the other set I've already reviewed. So of course it works with a ball joint in there and the tune-off point of connections. We're gonna link this the spines here. And I just link this here because in fact we will see the spines will go, in fact will be put all around the model. So we're gonna put the second part right here. Then we have a different mold, different armor mold part, different mold for the armor part. As you can see, it's shorter than this one, and also it comes in trans orange, which is quite cool. Then you have the same mold but in different color, because here it's the printed part, kind of like the heroes but without the names of the character and with a different logo. We're gonna link that here. Now we're gonna link the parts on the arms, in fact, and this time we're gonna use some body armor, which are mostly used on heroes. Here it's used as a shoulder pads, kind of, and it works just fine. Also it comes in kit orange. So once again, a new wig color. Then we're gonna link the body frame, the body armor, excuse me. So first we're gonna have the same part, but this time we colored in trans orange. So once again, a new wig color for this set. Then what we call the villain core, because it has the same purpose in terms of design as the hero core, but of course we do not really know how it will work in the storyline. But well, I guess it's just some tiny elements. It will be linked thanks to this two little parts right here, directly into the two little holes on the body armor. Then we're gonna link, I guess, the jetpack thanks to this part. So once again, some new limb parts, as you can see, with just one ball joint and one connector. Oh no, excuse me, it's this part, which features in fact two new parts, which weren't used on the yes, excuse me, yes, this part was already used on the arm, but not this one. We're gonna put this part like that, and then we're gonna put the part of the jetpack itself. So first, this part, which appeared in, I guess, most of the villain set, it comes in dark metal. Of course, you still have the connectors, and it's full of details. We're gonna put the new flame part, which is a little blocky, but still with a red and orange fade. Link this part here, and we are mostly done. So we're gonna now link the head, which works this way with the connectors, and we're gonna link these parts, which are some new parts, well, in Hero Factory, with some axles, you can see. Gonna link this part here. And finally, the head, which is a new mod, and for those who do not know, the Hero Factory Villains set from 2011, where their heads is modeled on one. In fact, there is two heads modeled into one part. So here's the Jetbug's head, but if you turn around, you will see that you got also the Nitro Blast head, which is quite cool for the wig colors, but not really cool for the design element. Also notice the axle, which is directly molded in there, and the head is finished. Now we're gonna link the weapon. So first the Tornax launcher, nothing very new, it comes in dark metal, like that. Plus the Zamor, which is kind of a new little fade, which is quite nice, between orange and red once again. And then the same part used on the mouth, kind of, which will be used right here. Yeah, it works like that. And the model is done. So I'm gonna just put him like that. Oh, excuse me, it's kind of a flag blocked. So here we go. It'll turn around as a model. And then, of course, I will talk about the articulations and then the sum up. So here we go for the articulation. So first of all, the legs. So no problems in the pelvis section. Then on the knee section, you can turn this part up to this point. So really there is no block or anything like that from the armor. It really slides pretty well. Then you got the feet. Well, the foot here, which works just fine, as you can see. So the legs are pretty perfect. Then you got the arms, which can turn up to this point, no problems. Here on the elbow section, it turns up to 90 degrees, nothing more, nothing less. Then you got the hands also, which can turn all the way you want. You then got the jetpack parts, which are in fact mounted on 3 ball joints, which can in fact just turn in one way, this one, and then 2 what I call 3 ball joints, which can be turned in any which way you want. So it's pretty cool for the jetpack because it's pretty well articulated. And then you got the head, which is also mounted on just 2 ball joints this time. So this means you can turn it on the sides or up and down. So seriously, there is no big problems with the head. Well, yeah, it looks quite ugly, of course, but most of the time you can do whatever you want with the head, in fact. And I guess that's all. So I'm gonna pause the model and do a little sum up, of course, about this set, what's to like, not to like, and stuff like that, of course. Yeah, like that, excuse me. So first the color scheme. So as you have seen, we got some yellow kit orange, as you can see, which is quite nice. Also some trans orange, some black, and some dark metal, and all these colors mix pretty well together, I have to say, even if you may find that quite disturbing that, for example, the trans orange parts are quite asymmetrical in terms of on the overall body, but seriously, no, it's pretty good, and the other colors just mix pretty well. There is no big problems. I think, of course, colors is a matter of point of view, but objectively, all the colors are pretty well put all over the model, so there is no big problems. And I found the asymmetrical aspect of these colors pretty nice, personally, but that's just my point of view. Then in terms of construction, well, nothing really new, of course. It's a new system, and so apart from the jetpack, well, it's pretty straightforward. There is nothing really complicated, but it's still fine to build this new type of sets thanks to this new type of connection point, which works mostly thanks to some ball joints. And overall, it's okay. Nothing really complex, but it works just fine. Then in terms of articulations, well, on the legs and for the jetpack, it's pretty well articulated. Then you can just, well, the fact that the arms bend just 20 degrees can be quite annoying, but seriously, it's a little drawback because it's otherwise it's really a little complaint because otherwise it's pretty good. And then in terms of overall design, well, it's mostly well done because the color scheme is pretty good, and seriously, except for the little gray part which can be disturbing, and also the fact that you got the Nitroblast heads on the back, which can be quite disturbing if you look the model from the back. Well, apart from this point, it's good because you got really a nice shape remainder with all the spine parts all throughout the models, plus the spines fit here, which fit with some spines, cloud fit, excuse me, yes, cloud fit. So yes, overall a good design, plus the bulky armor parts used on the arms, plus the jetpacks, the unique heads. So yes, overall it's pretty unique and pretty well done. Also in terms of a flying insect-like character, it just looks good and well done. So well, it has seriously just a few I just have a few complaints about this set, but seriously apart than the one I have already mentioned, it's really good. So yes, it's kind of a must buy, I guess, because you got no really big I don't really have any big complaints about this set. It works just fine, so you can buy I guess it's worth it, and you can buy Jetbug with the eyes closed because it's just a fine set from 2011, of course, from the Hero Factory toy line. And I think that's all. So of course, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask them. And that will be all. So hope you enjoy this review, hope you enjoy this set, and see you later for another Hero Factory 2011 review. Well, I guess, or at least I hope. And well, that's all. So see you later. Bye bye.